Now do this. What you will do, take a sheet of paper, fold it as shown in the figure, count the number of parts and the area of a part in each case. Sheet, fold it, then you can see here shaded part. Now tabulate your observations and discuss with your friends. Is it a case of inverse proportion? So number of parts, full parts, area of the paper, whole part is shaded. Now if you are dividing into two parts, so half of the area of the paper is shaded. Now 4 parts, so 1/4 of the paper. 8 parts, so 1/8 of the area of the paper, and then 16 parts. So you can see here area of each part, number of parts are increasing, then area of the paper are decreasing. You can see full paper, then half, then 1/4, then 1/8, then 1/16. So we can say that this is the case of inverse proportion. Now next question, take a few containers of different sizes with circular bases. Fill the same amount of water in each container. Note the diameter of each container and the respective height at which the water level stands. Tabulate your observations. Is it a case of inverse proportion? So see here, now suppose that D1, the diameter of this container is D1, so height is H1 and water level is here. Same amount in all the 3 containers are in this containers, same amount will be taken. So if diameter, we are increasing diameter now, so height is decreasing. Now you can see the water level in the third. So we can diameter of containers D1 H1 I have written here, but you will see your observation. So one glass, one pot, first you will take, and then you can take another broad pot, and you will see your observation. So we can say diameter is, we are increasing the diameter of the containers, height of the water level is decreasing. So yes, it is the case of inverse proportion. Now what have we discussed? Two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease together in such a manner that the ratio of their corresponding values remains constant. That means if we are taking the quantity of x, definitely the quantity of y is increasing. If the quantity of first thing is decreasing, second automatically decreasing. So if we will take the ratio of x upon y, so constant value we will get in each and every case. Then x and y are said to be very directly. In such a case, if y1, y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1, x2 of x respectively, then x1 upon y1 equal to x2 upon y2. In the second case, two quantities x and y are said to be inverse proportion if an increase in x causes proportional decrease in y and vice versa in such a manner that the product of their corresponding values remains constant. In the direct proportion, we have seen that x upon y equal to k, but in inverse proportion, if we multiply x into y equal to k, okay, then x and y are said to be very inversely. In this case of if y1, y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1, x2 of x respectively, then x1, y1 equal to x2, y2. We have applied this formula 13.2. Okay, if you will change in this, definitely you will get, but we have applied this formula x1, y1 equal to x2, y2. In another way, if x2 but it is easy to learn. That's why I have applied this formula to solve 13.2. So here chapter 13 is finished.